Hello, everybody. This is Tariq Elwan. During some classes at Epic College, I have noticed that some students who study cybersecurity units, they struggle with exploitation. So you've been given codes, the local host, the remote host, and we ask you to use some sort of exploitations like the FTP and so on. Then we've been directed to give you a hint about the Armitage. However, I have seen students that struggling try to execute the Armitage and try to use it. As well at the BIS 3004, the same unit students, they struggle with the assignment using Armitage as well. So I'm here to show you a very short and quick demo how to establish and run the Armitage on Kali Linux. I have two machines, as you can see here, the Haki or the hacker machine. That's the one, the Kali, and here it is. And the IP address over here, that's 119. And the target or the exploitable machine, the meta, that's 122. How to run the Armitage? At first, before everything, we assume that you have installed Kali and update the Kali. If you not just only type apt get update and run that command easily. After you finish that and the machine being updated, just type that command, which is service PostgreSQL start. That's the service you need to run to before you work on the SQL service, before Armitage can be work. Then after that, just type the Armitage, and here it is. It tells you that I'm going to run that connection over the loop IP. Yes, the user MSF. Don't worry. Here it is. Yes, no problem. Let's run that. As you can see here, that's the console, and that's the auxiliary, the exploit, the payload, the post. If you go through those exploitable tools, you will find that from the admin to the PDF to the VoIP to the sniffing, scanners, and so on. So, and under the scanner, for example, here, you will find the AFP, the DNS, the database too, and so on. Some of those exploitable, which is the one you familiar with, the one you've been given the code for. If anybody still remember, if you go under Unix here, you will find something called the FTP. The FTP here, I believe most of you familiar with the VSF. Even if you want to save your time, you can type VSF over here. It show you the search if that's under auxiliary. It's VSF 232 and the exploitable here and the packet. So which one you run anyway, it's easy to search. If you know the vulnerability, you can search for it. If you don't, you can go one by one over each one. There is no problem with that. Now I want to run, for example, a scanning for that host. Oh, well, it's like you can do many things. So you can go over here to run scan, for example. You can run like a quick scan. It asks you which IP you want. That's 192.168.56. That's 122, the one you can see in my left screen. The target one, run that here and here. And the machine is over here. So what we have here? It run. That's the code we actually give you, by the way. We give you that code to execute it in the console. However, Armitage, it do the work as a GUI. You can do most or almost all the same command you run on the console or the CLI, but using GUI version. In my opinion, that's better if you want to avoid writing long code or long line, or if you have problem with typos. So that's one of them over here. That's from here you can run multi-type of scanning. For example, let me just show you. If I wanted to go to the exploit, here it is, and I'm gonna go to Unix here. Inside the FTP, here it is. It asks you, okay, so what is the local host, the L host? Okay, for me, I'm gonna change that into my local host, which is 192.168.56.119. That's the Kali machine. And the one I want to target, that's 192.168.56.122. That's the remote host or the target. Run that one here. That's the same command. I believe exactly you're familiar with that. The same command we give you during the tutorial or the lab document. It bin target, that's the target 0, then the local host, then the payload, the exploit. Yes, the exploit is running, but there is no session has been carried yet. Okay, so there is no session being carried. Yes, so can we go inside that host? We can go something like that. Here it is. What is the user? I want to log from that machine using SSH to my machine over the target. What is the username? Just to double check if we can log in or not. That's MSF admin and MSF admin. Please understand that this is the username and password for the target machine. Here it is. And here, as you can see, and this color has been changed to red. That tells you that this machine has been fully compromised. So we can access that machine right now. And actually, we use it in advanced lab. We can add you here another couple machines, 3-4 machines, and you can use that machine, which is compromised, to attack other machines. That's in another tutorial or another lab. In advanced cyber security, we can show you something like that. Right click on that, you find many options of attacks. You can run many exploitable, we have an option as well at the beginning. You can actually highlight that and you find, if you want to find some sort of attacks, you can run it from that machine. You can run that from the beginning if you want to. However, as you can see that the Armitage is an easy way to use the GUI to run some exploitation code. In my opinion, that's faster and easier. However, just only need some practice. I hope that video was helpful, and thank you for watching.